Hello, in this lesson, we're going to derive more formula. Okay, so we have derived all four. We have derived these four. And now we're going to derive what sign of a plus b equals to and what sign a minus b equals to. So let's first start with one of them. Okay, so sign of a plus b. Okay, so we're going to start with sign. Sign of a plus b. Okay, because we're gonna use the existing formula, so we're gonna write it as in terms of cosine. So sine expressed in terms of cosine. So for sine expressed in terms of cosine, this one will be relevant. Okay, so we're gonna write a cosine of pi over 2 minus a plus b. Okay, so basically we apply this formula. We apply this formula. You can put in a different order if you wish, right? That helps you see better. So we can basically, to avoid any confusion, we're going to have, say, omega replaces a. Okay, so when omega is a plus b, so when this guy is a plus b, and this omega is replaced by a plus b. So that's what we got. That's what we got here. Okay, so once we got to this step, we're going to do some regrouping in the parentheses. Okay, so we're going to open up the parentheses, right? So we're going to have pi over 2 minus a, and then minus b. Okay, so we opened up the parentheses. So we put these two together. And then we can apply cosine a minus b. Okay, so we're gonna apply. Okay, we're gonna apply cosine a minus b. Okay, so this is our a, and that is our b. Okay, so in order to avoid any confusion, that we're gonna replace a by omega. Replace a by omega. Okay, so cosine omega minus b. This is omega. Is a cosine omega cosine b plus sine omega sine b. So we're gonna apply the formula. So we're gonna have cosine omega. That's omega. Okay, cosine b plus sine omega and sine of b. Okay, now what is the cosine pi over 2 minus a equal to? Cosine pi over 2 minus a is equals to sine a. Okay, so we get to apply these properties, right? The first one. So for that piece, it equals to sine of a. And a cosine of b plus, what is sine of pi over 2 minus a? Sine pi over 2 minus a, that's equals to cosine a, cosine of a. Right, so we apply these two identities. So we got cosine a, sine b. Okay, So there we are, right? We have derived one more, which is sine of A plus B equals to sine A multiply cosine B plus cosine A times sine B. So we have more formula. Okay, so maybe we can put them in pairs, right? Because we're getting sine of A minus B. We're getting sine A minus B. Okay, so we're going to put this piece. I'm going to put this piece inside here. So we get another formula. Okay, and the next one we're getting is going to be sine of A minus B. And for this one, the technique is going to be very similar to how we handle cosine A minus B. So this is going to be A plus negative B. And that's going to be, if we apply sine A plus B, and that's going to give us sine A cosine negative B, right? Plus cosine A sine of negative B. And then we use even odd function one more time, right? So cosine negative B is cosine B because cosine is even function. So sine A cosine B. Sine negative B is negative sine B. So this is going to be minus cosine A sine B. Okay, where we use the property, of even function, right? Cosine negative B equals to cosine B. Opposite input, same output. Sine negative B, this is odd function, and that equals to negative sine of B. Okay, so that's the two formula. The second one we got for this lesson. Okay. And let's see what else can we get. Okay, so far, if we look at our diagram, right? If we look at our diagram, and here's our diagram, I bring it back up. Okay, we start this new share, right? This new diagram. We have done all the things in the middle. We've done all the things in the middle. Okay, we've done all the things in the middle. We started with this one, right? We started with this guy. This is where we started. And then we did this one. And then we did this one and that one. Along the way, we did these two. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're down 6. Okay, we're down 6. And next, we can either go to the right or go to the left. It seems it might be easier to do the left, which really doesn't matter, right? So our diagram tells us that if we do adding, subtracting, okay, so our diagram tells us for these two, if we do adding, subtracting, we're going to get this piece. And from this piece, and we get to the next piece. And we add and subtract these two, right? We get these two pieces, and continually, we will get to the next piece. So let's move to the left. Let's move to the left, okay? All right, you probably would like to have this piece. I have posted on Canvas. So make sure you download that in front, make it available to you. So that's where we're heading. Okay, we are heading to these directions. We're heading to these directions next. So I'm going to do another lesson to do. I just want to make each lesson a bit shorter, so we can be focused on. Okay, so see you on the next lesson. Thank you for watching.